Hello students, this video I have made on chapter reflection for class 10. In class 10 I have taken this book Understanding Mathematics by M.L. Agrawal, Arya Avichak Publications Company. This is the chapter 10 reflection. You can see I will explain you everything about the reflection. As you know, in physics, the chapter reflection is there in class 8, 9, 10, in class 8 and 9 especially. And the same law here we will apply, but in another way, in a mathematical way. What are the laws of reflection that you know? Especially the distance of the image to the mirror is equal to distance of the mirror to the object. Means both will be same. And means you can say at the same distance the image will be formed where the object is placed in front of the mirror. The same way here also the reflection, but we will use here the graph concept of some introductory line, equation of line, axis, x-axis, y-axis, coordinate geometry, as you have read in class 9, the last one chapter was there. So coordinate geometry means how to plot the points x, y, 2, 3, 5, -2, -2, 5, and about the quadrant also. So first I will explain, or you can say this is the type of revision about the coordinate geometry, because we will use here frequently in this chapter. First of all, we draw and we will explain about the graph. Means in the graph, as you know, if we draw, so there are the two axes, one the x-axis and other is the y-axis. This axis is known as x-axis. Means you can say the horizontal one is called x-axis and the vertical one is called y-axis. This. But do you know if there are the four, you can see there are four parts. Four parts known as four quadrants. मतलब ये quadrant कहलाते हैं. This is called the first quadrant, this is called the second quadrant, this is called the third quadrant, and this is called the fourth quadrant. ये quadrant है. Quadrant means the four parts. इसी paper के four parts. Then, but not stop only here up to quadrant. अगर quadrant है तो we have to tell you about the some more thing. Means about the coordinates, how to plot the point on the graph paper. Before that, this point is known as origin. This point, the intersection point of x-axis and y-axis, known as origin. In the origin, from the origin, the right hand side, the x-axis is called the positive x-axis from origin to the right hand side, and from origin to the above, that also known as the positive y-axis in vertical direction and in horizontal direction. Okay, means this part you can say for the x-axis the positive, both are the positive, and in the left hand side the x-axis is called the negative x-axis, and in the from origin in downward direction is called minus or negative y-axis. So these are the four parts. From the origin we compare the parts and you can tell where you get the positive x, where you get the negative x, where you get the positive y, and where you get the negative y. But what is the how to plot the point? Do you know what is point? Point is here, suppose, but this point is meaningless without their coordinates. Coordinates किसे कहते हैं? Coordinates means the value of x-axis and the value of y-axis, called coordinates. Coordinate always you will write in this form, मतलब the x comma y separated by comma, means x and y separated by comma, and inside the small bracket, that known as the coordinates. Also it is known as the ordered pair. वो एक अलग बात है, हम कहें ना, but it is also known as the ordered pair. Point, कहीं पे भी कोई पॉइंट रखा, जैसे यहां रखा है, यहां रखा है, यहां, this is meaningless without writing this coordinate, मतलब x, y. अगर ये नहीं लिखते हैं तो वो पॉइंट मीनिंगलेस है. पॉइंट का सिर्फ और सिर्फ कोऑर्डिनेट्स होते हैं, और ये कोऑर्डिनेट्स क्या कहलाते हैं? इसका भी एक नाम है x एक्सिस का जो कोऑर्डिनेट, यानी फर्स्ट कोऑर्डिनेट इज नोन एज द फॉर x एक्सिस, and the one more name is given here, abscissa, and the name of the y coordinate is ordinate. इसको abscissa बोलते हैं, इसको ordinate भी बोला जाता है. Then in case of if you have the points but the number, क्योंकि x कोई नंबर हो सकता है, y कोई नंबर हो सकता है, तो अगर कहीं कोई नंबर है, the how to plot and which type of, maybe the negative number. If you have the both the numbers are positive, so it means you have this type of point in first quadrant. क्यों? Because in first quadrant plus axis, first quadrant y axis plus y axis, so this portion having both positive x and positive y. And if you have the minus or plus, मतलब कि कुछ नंबर ऐसे होते हैं, जैसे पॉइंट ऐसे ले लिया हमने -2, 3, तो in this case first we will write the value of x, that is y, the negative x and positive y. So this portion is minus comma plus, means for the point which having the x coordinate negative but y coordinate positive. Similarly, if we have both coordinates are negative, so we will write in the third quadrant, this part meant for both are negative, but this part because here positive x and negative y, so this part means fourth quadrant for the coordinates in which the x is positive and y is negative. तो ये जो है इनको बहुत अच्छे से अपने दिमाग में कर ले कि हाउ टू प्लॉट द पॉइंट्स, हाउ टू प्लॉट द कोऑर्डिनेट्स. तो पॉजिटिव x इधर होता है, पॉजिटिव y, नेगेटिव y एंड नेगेटिव x. तो बाय दिस. नाउ one more thing that I want to tell you, if you have 2, 3 suppose, and obviously both are positive, तो यहीं पे होंगे, but what is the meaning of 2 and meaning of 3 in the graph paper? Meaning of 2 and meaning of 3 means here we have the plot means point 1, 2, 3, जैसा तुमने देखा होगा, इसी तरह 1, 2, 3, 4 लाइन्स equal distance. Then the 2 represent the value from origin to the point 2 on the x axis. मतलब ये वैल्यू जो हमारे है यहां से लेके यहां तक है. And 3 represent the value on the y axis from origin, तो यहां पे. लेकिन इसको यहां रखना, इसको यहां रखना ऐसे नहीं होता, because we have to put at one point only. तो यहाँ 2 पे है तो 2 से 1 कैसे लेके चले, और 3 यहाँ पे, 1 यहाँ दोनों मिलेंगे. That is the point P. Means this is the point 2, 3. Means 2 we can say above the x axis एंड इन फ्रंट ऑफ द वाई एक्सिस जहां पे ये दोनों लाइन मिलेंगी, यानी 2 से पास होने वाले और 3 से पास होने वाले, दैट इज द पॉइंट इन विच यू हैव टू प्लॉट द पॉइंट. Similarly, if you have 2 comma minus 3, so 2 comma minus 3 means we have here minus 1, minus 2, minus 3 because negative है. तो 2 ये है, हमने 2 से लाइन खींची, 3 ये है minus 3, तो ये लाइन खींची, and we have here 2 comma minus 3. This is the point. You can see. So by this way we can plot the point. Now what is the, अगर ये लाइन है, ये एक लाइन है दिखाई भी पड़ रही है, एक्स एक्सिस इज अ लाइन, तो इस लाइन की एक इक्वेशन दी होगी. ओके, इक्वेशन ऑफ द लाइन, इस लाइन की इक्वेशन होगी द, यू कैन राइट इक्वेशन ऑफ एक्स एक्सिस. इक्वेशन ऑफ एक्स एक्सिस इज y is equal to 0. Why y is equal to 0? That I tell you. इस पूरे एक्सिस पे, on the x axis, कहीं पे भी जो पॉइंट लेंगे, जैसे सपोज करो ये 1 है, तो 1 तो एक इसकी वैल्यू है ऑन द x axis, y axis उसको डिवाइड करेगा. बट इफ यू कंसीडर ए पॉइंट ऑन दिस एट दिस प्लेस, तो ये अगर पॉइंट है तो पूरा पॉइंट हमेशा ऑलवेज यू राइट इन टर्म्स ऑफ x, y. तो x तो हमारा 1 है, तो y विल बी 0 लाइक दिस. तो कहीं पे भी लिखे, यहाँ पे भी x, 0 हो गए, यहाँ पे भी x, 0 हो गए, मतलब कि ये सब पॉइंट x एक्सिस पे द वैल्यू ऑफ y ऑलवेज 0. तो यानी y इज इक्वल टू 0 ऑन द x एक्सिस. तो इसका मतलब ये सीधे बोल दिया जाता है कि इक्वेशन ऑफ x एक्सिस इज y इज इक्वल टू 0. कभी कभी x एक्सिस नहीं लिखा होता है, y इज इक्वल टू 0 लिखा होता है, तो इट मींस यू अंडरस्टूड दैट व्हाट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ y इज इक्वल टू 0, दैट इज x एक्सिस. सिमिलरली इक्वेशन ऑफ y एक्सिस इज x इज इक्वल टू 0. यानी कि अगर हम मान लें कि यहाँ पे कोई पॉइंट ले, पॉइंट on the y axis, तो that will be the 0, 2, क्योंकि पहले x की वैल्यू लिखी जाएगी फिर y की वैल्यू लिखी जाएगी. तो 0, 2, the x is equal to 0. यहाँ पे भी x is equal to 0, y at this place, at this place, at this place, means on y axis the value of x is 0 everywhere, कहीं पे भी. तो that and this origin, क्योंकि ये origin दोनों का intersection point है, and this is called the point of this origin is 0, means coordinate is 0, 0. So by this way you can say that the equation of x axis, equation of y axis, but not stop here. अब एक चीज और बताएंगे जिससे कि काफी इजी भी हो जाएगा. जैसे हमारे पास में लाइंस होती हैं, ये तो x axis है, this is x axis, but the line may be parallel to the x axis. पैरेलल वर्ड जानते हैं. अगर कोई लाइन ऐसे हो इस तरीके से, तो ये क्या कहलाएगी? This is parallel to the x axis. और this line passes through only y axis. मतलब कहीं क्या x axis को कट कर रही, कहीं no, passes through the y axis from point 2. एट y एक्सिस यानी वैल्यू तो y की ही है हमारे पास, तो y इज इक्वल टू द पॉइंट एट विच इट पासेस, जिस जगह पे पॉइंट को कट. बट द लाइन शुड बी पैरेलल टू द अदर. ऐसे अगर होगी तो नहीं होगा, यू विल नॉट राइट लाइक दिस. तो इफ दिस इज द कंडीशन ओनली फॉर द लाइन दैट इज पैरेलल टू द x एक्सिस, तो दैट विल बी y इज इक्वल टू 2. अब 2 हर जगह तो लेंगे नहीं, बिकॉज मे बी दैट इट पासेस थ्रू 3, मे बी इट पासेस थ्रू 1, मे बी इट पासेस थ्रू 4, मे बी इट पासेस थ्रू -1, माइनस, कहीं से भी पास. तो इन दैट केस वी आर टेकिंग a. a इज द डिस्टेंस या पॉइंट ऑन द y एक्सिस जहां से पास कर रहे हैं. तो y इज इक्वल टू a इज ए लाइन पैरेलल टू x axis. This is, you can note down, y is equal to a is a line parallel to x axis. Similarly, the line which is parallel to the y-axis, ऐसे भी तो होगा क्योंकि ये लाइन ऐसे भी हो सकती है. In this case, this is parallel to y-axis. ये इधर से भी जा सकती है, -1, -2, -3 कहीं से भी, any problem. So if that will be the y is equal to a, so because it passes only the x-axis, it cuts only x-axis, not the y-axis. In that case, it is x is equal to what? 2. No, क्यों? क्योंकि 2 हमेशा बड़ी रहेगा. 1 भी हो सकता है, 3 भी हो सकता है. So you are writing the any one variable, that is a. A is the distance, your value at which the line passes on the x-axis. So x is equal to is the equation of line parallel to y-axis. This is the equation. तो ये कुछ इक्वेशंस हैं जैसे x is equal to 0, y is equal to 0, x is equal to a, y is equal to a, that you will use in this chapter. तो ये चैप्टर में यूज करेंगे. How to now become the one more thing about this reflection. Reflection क्या है? What is the meaning of the reflection? In this is the y-axis, this is x-axis, and there are the points. I have to make one more video for this reflection chapter because this chapter is not so difficult, and also will say that are not so easy that you can understand very easily. But questions very easy and depends on the graph. So you have to listen carefully and watch the video to understand the chapter reflection. Suppose you have the point, this is 1, 2, 3 and 3, 2 is the point. Okay, 3, 2 ये point, and you have to reflect this point on the x-axis. Reflection of the point P through the x-axis. जब ये बोला गया है कि reflection through the x-axis, it means now x-axis treat as the mirror. You treat as the mirror. जैसे ये मिरर हो गया, अगर मान लें, जैसे अगर तुम लोग अपना फेस देखते हो मिरर में, यहाँ हो तो फेस कहाँ दिखाई देगा? यहाँ दिखाई देगा, जस्ट बिहाइंड द मिरर, एंड एट द सेम डिस्टेंस, ये डिस्टेंस सेम होगी. द सेम थिंग हियर आल्सो. अगर इमेज यहाँ पे है पॉइंट, तो यू विल गेट द इमेज on the means through this mirror. If it is reflect through this x-axis, so the image will form like this, and this will be 1, मतलब the same distance, at the same distance. ये ग्राफ पे जब बनाएंगे बिल्कुल सही बनेगा. 2, 1 है, 1, 2 and this will be 3, 2. तो it will be, the image will be, अब 3 तो रहेगा ही, the value of x, that is 3, but the coordinates of y, that is 2, will be changed as -2. Why? Because of quadrant. क्योंकि इस quadrant में ये first quadrant है, ये fourth quadrant, and I have told that in the fourth quadrant the value of y is negative. तो जो वैल्यू ऑफ y यहाँ पॉजिटिव थी वो नेगेटिव. तो बाय दिस वे यू कैन गेट द रिफ्लेक्शन. बट दिस इज नॉट स्टॉप हियर. आई विल टेल यू द फॉर्मूले आल्सो हाउ टू फाइंड विदाउट यूजिंग द ग्राफ पेपर. आल्सो यू कैन फाइंड द रिफ्लेक्शन, द इमेज in the next video. Thank you.